Glendale Fire and Police Departments receive over 100,000 emergency calls. Quite often, these calls involve life or death situations where every second makes a difference. As a member of the Glendale community, you play a vital role in the success of this emergency system. The purpose of the 911 emergency system is to rapidly connect those who need emergency assistance with those who provide such care. Your cooperation and assistance is essential to both the success of this service and to the well-being of those who need help. It is important that 911 be used only for emergencies. False alarms and inappropriate 911 calls divert emergency resources so that they are not available when they are truly needed. Unwarranted calls expose emergency personnel and citizens to needless risk, and making a false report is a misdemeanor which is punishable by law. The city of Glendale is committed to a high quality of emergency service. With outstanding police and fire protection, Glendale is one of the safest cities in the United States. The Glendale Fire Department boasts a Class 1 rating, which is the highest standard of fire service across the nation. Glendale police, fire, and medical personnel are ready to serve whenever and wherever needed. The initial seconds of an emergency are critical to saving a life or preventing a crime. Police, fire, and medical emergency services depend on you to call for help using the 911 emergency system. The information you provide to 911 operators is essential for a fast, accurate response of emergency services. It is important for you to realize that when you dial 911 from a cellular telephone, regardless of where you're located in California, your call may be initially received by the California Highway Patrol. They will ask you for your location and the nature of the emergency as they forward your call to the appropriate agency.
911, what is emergency?
The 911 service is for emergencies only. An emergency means that help is needed immediately to save lives and protect property. An emergency could include fire, serious injury, or medical problems, crimes that require an immediate response, or obvious dangers due to accidents, earthquakes, floods, or exposure to hazardous materials. The 911 system is to be used only when life and property are in immediate danger. Improper use of 911 interferes with response to real emergencies. You may call police, fire, and medical services directly for non-emergency help.
911, what is your emergency?
Yeah, I think there's been an accident. It looks like some people have been hurt.
When you dial 911 in the city of Glendale, your fire and medical calls are received by a dispatch operator here at the Verdugo Fire Communications Center. From here, the closest available response teams will be dispatched to handle the emergency. Fire stations have been spread out across the city in such a way that response times to each local community are kept to a minimum. However, a false 911 alarm can pull critical resources away from real emergencies. This, in turn, can increase the amount of time it takes to respond to the true emergency. If our emergency is of a medical nature, a heart attack for example, the difference in response times can literally be the difference between life and death. Remember, an emergency means that help is needed immediately to save lives or protect property. But before any of that can happen, the 911 dispatch operator needs your assistance to send the right kind of help. Operators dispatch personnel and equipment based on the information you provide about the nature and location of the emergency. Once you've dialed 911, be prepared to answer these questions as clearly and calmly as possible. What is the emergency? Is this a police, fire, or medical emergency? Give the exact location of the emergency. What is the nearest cross street? If located inside a building, what floor or what area of the building are you in? Give your name and the phone number you are calling from. And remember, you may have to speak with several dispatchers, so be prepared to repeat information.
Okay, man, help is on the way. I'm gonna ask you to stay on the line with me until help arrives.
Please remember that you are the vital link until help arrives. Listen carefully to instructions the 911 operator gives you. Do not hang up. The operator will direct you to stay on the phone, perhaps to calm others, possibly provide aid, or move to a safer location. you're having difficulty understanding the dispatcher due to a language barrier, identify the language you speak fluently, and a translator will be provided to assist you. When operating your motor vehicle, it is extremely important that as soon as you notice an approaching emergency vehicle with its lights and sirens activated, you need to quickly and safely pull over to the right side of the road and stop. Do not stop in the middle of the road, and especially not in the middle of an intersection. Failure to pull to the side could cost precious time, which makes the difference between life and death to the victims at the scene. You may not be aware of it, but it is a fact that failure to properly yield to emergency vehicles is against the law and carries substantial penalties.
Okay, I think I hear them coming. Yeah, that's them.
I want to thank you for watching this video and remind everyone that the intent of the 911 emergency system is to rapidly connect those who need immediate emergency assistance with those who provide such care. 911 operators are trained emergency personnel in direct contact with all emergency resources here in the city of Glendale, the county of Los Angeles, and the state of California. However, it takes you, the caller, to ensure that the system operates safely and efficiently, and that help gets to where it's needed as quickly as possible. Thanks for joining us. For more information about 911 services, emergency preparedness, first aid, and CPR training, please call the Glendale Fire Department's Education Coordinator at 818-548-6404. Is it time to choose a career and you're still deciding what to do with your future? Firefighters employed by the Glendale Fire Department protect life, property, and the environment through direct involvement in firefighting, emergency medical care, disaster response, fire prevention, public education, and community service. Interested in a career that is rewarding, challenging, and significant? Call the Glendale Fire Department and join a team of dedicated professionals. The Glendale Fire Department. We help